G'day viewers, the end of another week. Time for Totally Fucked Up Friday.
Hello, it's Fucked Up Friday. Totally as.
Not necessarily as totally fucked up as getting nailed to a big bit of wood for saying, hey, let's be nice to each other. Whether that really happened or not, yeah.
That's pretty hardcore fucked up.
Though my all-time favourite joke about that still, I think it was Lenny Bruce with the crucifix. Like, what the fuck is with Christians wearing crucifixes? You think Jesus wants to be reminded of that shit?
Oh, no. It was not Lenny Bruce. It was
90s guy.
It was the Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks.
I remember the name.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, Bill Hicks said it. It's like people wanting to commemorate JFK by wearing rifles and
yeah. Just remember John, Jackie.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Bill Hicks. Bad man.
That's religious commentary for this week.
Yeah.
Hope you're having a good time. Hey, look, it's time to talk first about one link multiple people sent me about the family who had their kids taken away from them. And why? Well, yeah, when the oldest kid's name apparently is Adolf Hitler.
Now, what's wrong with that?
Yes, and now
what's wrong with that, you ask?
I first heard of these guys.
Hang on.
Yeah, a couple years ago they got notoriety when, you know, those cake shops in the mall where you can get your name on the cake. One said, can I have Happy Birthday Adolf Hitler on this? And they went, fuck off!
No!
And he said, no, but that's really my son's name. No, fuck right off!
Really, no!
And so they got a bit of attention there, and they ended up, after investigation, having the kiddies taken away from them, and they're in the news this week because they just lost their appeal.
That shocks the shit out of me!
And most people might think it's because they named the kid Adolf Hitler, and the little girl's name is Aryan Nation. No, I'm not fucking making that up. I'm really not.
Here's little Adolf and little Aryan. Oh,
but it's not because of their names. It's not political correctness gone mad. It's actually a horrible, sad, sordid story.
More tea?
Yeah. It's like a long history of abuse, and sadly goes right back to the parents who are victims of abuse, and it's now this seriously fucked up situation. You say fucked up situation. Yeah.
I just say... No, I say fucked up situation.
Because apparently, dad has started indoctrinating the kid to the point when he's 3-4 years old, he goes around threatening to kill people. Little Adolf Hitler is going around threatening to kill people.
That's hardcore.
I know. I'm actually going to say actual Adolf Hitler probably wasn't threatening to kill people at 4 years old.
That fucking Joe Stalin, on the other hand.
Oh, Stalin, he was different. No. Joe Stalin in kindergarten, take all the kiddies' play lunch and say, no, for redistribution!
Yeah, Beria, come here. And of course, the kiddies never see the lunch again.
Yes, Stalin just told them it was for redistribution, for the greater good.
Where is my lunch? Gulag for you.
Yeah.
It's no,
The kids learn not to ask questions is what I'm saying.
This apple, it has been irradiated for your pleasure. Yeah. No, come on.
Again, while I hesitate to make jokes about a truly sad and appalling situation, I hesitate for a second.
Mildly fucked up.
Yeah. This seems like an ideal situation for the Vlog Brothers theoretical evil baby orphanage, quite honestly.
Frankly.
But Child Protection has taken the kids around. It's not for their names. It's because it's a horrible, sordid, fucked up, abusive situation. There is a link. If you want to get depressed, just read about how bad that family life actually is.
Though we are saying the names helped.
Yeah, I think that drew everyone's attention to a fairly seriously fucked up situation.
If you come to kindergarten and say, hi, my name's motherfucker, I'm going to kill you, that's hardcore. If you come to kindergarten saying, hi, I'm Adolf Hitler, why did you punch me in the head?
Yeah, the names aren't the problem, the names are a symptom. The problem is actually far worse. Hey, speaking of problems, if you're in Arizona and you're under the jurisdiction of Sheriff Joe Arpaio, you might have problems.
Tent City, go Sheriff!
Look, I might not have problems being white and everything, and you might be able to convince someone you're white.
Nah.
No? You'd say the wrong thing, I think.
I'd say the wrong thing. Yo, homie, why have you put me in a pink jumpsuit?
Yes. Look up Sheriff Joe Arpaio if you've never heard of him. Bit hardcore. Some very conservative people like him. Some very conservative people don't. They think he's infringed civil liberties quite a bit. And some of the more left-leaning people fucking hate him. But he's been a sheriff for 20 years.
Some of those friggin' left-leaning people like the fucking Department of Justice.
Oh, yes, the US Department of Justice actually has a lawsuit against him for racial profiling.
That's,
so,
you know, you've got to ask yourself, have I fucked up when a federal Department of Justice has fucking sued the shit out of me? You've got to ask yourself, am I maybe got to rethink some things?
I'm honestly not sure if Sheriff Joe is prone to self-reflection. I don't know him personally, but I don't think self-reflection is one of Joe Arpaio's strong points.
Well, I think what we're going to do is feed them some beans and then stoot up their ass.
Now, some people have taken being opposed to him, because the wonderful democratic process in the US, besides the weird thing of electing law enforcement officials, which I have some issues with, but there's also the recall process which exists there, which if enough people sign a thing, you can call another election to say, we don't think that elected person should really be there. Arnold Schwarzenegger had it done to the Democratic governor of California.
Is that a little bit like, you're fucked, you're fired?
Well, there's an attempt, because you don't necessarily win a recall. Even if you get the vote, the person may get voted back in. But there's some people pushing for a recall on Joe Arpaio, and some of their opponents have been a bit forward in their objection to this recall. In fact, one group protesting it has been essentially sending threats to the group pushing the recall, saying, if you don't withdraw your recall, we're going to launch a lawsuit against you. And there's a guy called Larry Klayman who heads this group. He's a Tea Partier. He's a birther. He's a diehard birther, one of those people who still insists Obama was born in Kenya, not Hawaii.
Well, shit, look at him.
Yeah.
For God's sake. He's not white or nothing.
Yes. So this guy has been, he sent an email threatening this group
He might have been born in Hawaii. We might have talked to people who've seen him be born, but he's clearly Kenyan.
So,
I don't know
this
how
guy,
that works.
You've got a Tea Party birther threatening a recall group, saying, I'll sue you if you don't withdraw it. And the person pushing the whole thing has responded with a great bit of throwback to World War II. His response was just nuts, which was a commander of a group of US forces as they pushed into Germany after D-Day. Surrounded. It was the famous Easy Company, surrounded by, and I mean surrounded by Germans, tanks, outnumbered.
Surrounded by Germans.
The Americans are running out of ammunition, and the German commander said, look, you don't have to die, why not surrender? And the one-word reply to that was nuts. So again, it happens every now and then in American politics. People who want to throw back in someone's face, oh, you want to threaten me with something? You think I should back down? My response to you is nuts. That's what that's about. So this guy's replied to the birther with nuts, and so he's shown his truly mature sense of humour by forwarding it on to a mate of his, going, huh, what nuts does he want, eh? Does this homo want my nuts? Hey, kids, quick question. What happens when you click reply all on something like that?
Oh, does it go to everyone on the CC list?
I shit you not, he actually sent it back to the person from the recall group. And so, surprise, surprise, it got made public. In fact, when I was reading the article about that, there's a blog on a news site in Arizona, and the person who's putting it said, when he got forwarded this, he actually had to call the recall group and went, no, really? Really? Did this really happen?
Are you taking the piss?
Because I don't believe anyone is still that stupid in this day and age.
Like, is this just jokes and funnies? Is this just, no, it's for real?
Yes. Oh, God. And then you delve into it and you find this Klayman guy in a divorce proceeding in Ohio in a civil court. The magistrate actually found that, yes, he was guilty of inappropriately touching children. So that's your moral beacon right there. It's like, what?
And this is sheriff's gone, now I want someone in my corner and I want that guy.
I'm just saying there's some pretty poor judgment going on there.
And you got to ask yourself, if you're going to have someone in your corner, say like Dr. Joseph Mengele, little Adolf Hitler, big Adolf Hitler, or this guy.
Yeah.
Pick one. Captain
Crazy Pants with a court finding that he inappropriately touched children. I
want someone to run my recall for me that's going to be solid as a rock and maybe touches kiddies.
Yeah, God, and speaking of bad choices for people to work for you. Now, people, because I promote political views, even some people who disagree with my political views like the way I forthrightly express things, and they say, well...
I do, sometimes.
Politics would be a lot more straightforward.
He beats me when I do, but I do, you know.
So, people say, you should run in politics. Well, I can't, really, because of the weird conservative nature of it. I don't mean conservative politically, I mean the sort of, you can't say that. No, look, I said everything to everyone at one point. You know, and for instance, but if you're going to go into politics, it's a bad idea if you've had this...
okay, look, just for shits and giggles, right? Like, if Angry ran for politics, it would take, 15 seconds to come up with some shit that would blow his career out of the water.
Yeah, in fact, I'd have to be out in front of it, and, you know, I would have to... My first speech would be, I have said the following totally inappropriate things to these people, because they fucking deserved it. Okay?
Hang on a second, I've got to get the other file of fact. You know.
I know.
You see, those hand trucks full of like files. That'd be me. Like, get them off the truck.
Yeah.
Hang on, Angry. There's another 3 trucks. Just keep going. Pad. I'll get you some more. Don't worry about it. It's good.
See, and I'm self-aware enough to know this. Okay?
Yeah.
I know I'm an inappropriate person, okay? It's like when I say something like, I'm unhappy at John Laws and I call him a complete fuckwit or whatever, and someone comes back with like, you said a bad thing. Yes, I did.
He did.
That was premeditated.
Yes.
I know it. See, when you maybe have an aspiration to, maybe earn a living from the comedy.
The comedy.
As we do, that's where you get away with saying shit. If you want to go into the mainstream politics, some of this stuff can be an anvil on your head. Like, there's a story in...
Or, not necessarily an anvil, sometimes a piano.
Yeah, but picture your favourite Warner Brothers Acme Company mishap, is what we're saying.
Right, with the Coyote, but not the shitty new ones
no.
where, they're all peace and love. No, the old itchy and scratchy ones. I just did a bad thing, didn't I? Because we're going to get sued by Matt Groening.
No, Matt Groening loves us. We're good. But look, for instance, here's someone who doesn't seem to understand how this works. In Nebraska, there's a guy by the name of Jeremy Jensen who's a political activist, and he is currently working on the election campaign for the Republican candidate for state governor in Nebraska.
As you do.
A little while ago, on a Facebook page, he posted about a female Democratic senator he didn't like. It's one thing for people to disrespect, to disagree, but it's not right when someone's a flat-out disrespectful cunt.
Fine.
My first thing on this is we're getting back into this self-awareness thing.
That thing.
At the point when you're saying public discourse needs to be respectful...
Yes.
Calling the person you disagree with disrespectful cunt? Look, for all I know, possibly accurate, but not really raising the bar for public discourse.
And also possibly not really. Polling numbers would say that you were doing badly that week.
Yeah, and now this guy, he's been outed as having said this against an opponent. He's saying, no, you're at fault for bringing it up. I had privacy settings that I didn't want people to know. So I'm not in trouble for calling a political opponent a cunt. You're in trouble for telling people that I called a political opponent a cunt.
See, I'm okay, all right. This is one of those things where me and Angry disagree on a thing, right? Angry's like a freedom kind of person and I'm not, right? No, serious. I reckon once you've said it out of your fucking head, it's no longer private.
It's the Alan Jones defence when he, to a group of young liberals, said one of the most abominable things imaginable about our Prime Minister. His defence was, "I didn't think you'd find out."
Yeah, it's your fault because I got caught. I'm really sorry that I got caught.
It's like that's an actual excuse for these people.
And it's like, hang on, no, it's on Facebook. Facebook is a communications medium, and it's a good communications medium. It's not private.
Do you not get the social bit of social media?
Social meaning more than one.
So, yeah, seriously, if you're out there in politics, it's just as tip. If
Hang on.
You've had an insight.
I've had an insight.
He's had an insight. Look out, this will be good.
What I should do is whack my dick around a lot on Facebook and then scream and yell and say, it was just for me.
And honestly, I think you'd probably get away with it.
Sweet, I'll do it now.
And given the amount of times we just said cunt, I'm pretty sure this is going to get flagged.
I reckon it could get flagged.
You'd have to be a cunt to flag it. But
You'd have to be.
Look, and this is the other thing I want to throw in: cultural differences. In America, apparently, the insult cunt is only used at women, which
weird.
Australians don't just get, because that's just rude. It's a thing you say to your mates. What are you doing, cunt?
I don't know, cunt. What are you?
And if you say it in anger, it's at some cunt who really fucking needs it said to them.
Right. But if you say it to your mates, then it's fine. That's fine. Some cunt said to this other cunt, fucking, he's a complete cunt. I've taken him down, and we've had 3 beers, and now, we're all cunts having beers. It's fun. If you say it to a woman, that's fucking rude.
I know, right? And that's why there's sometimes a disconnect between Australians and Americans. Our cultures are so similar, but when there's a difference like that, it's really jarring.
It's really jarring. It's really weird. It's
like when you tell an Australian, no, in America, that's almost universally used solely as an abusive thing against women. Oh, and the reaction to this guy who just went, "Cunt, I'll come over and fuck you up, cunt." You say, in America, they don't say, "Oh, what sort of cunt would do that?"
I don't know. Some cunt would do that. But it'd be really rude if you did it to a woman. Rude.
And admittedly, when you say it to someone you're angry at, that is also rude, but that's deliberately rude. Like, it's like, fuck you, cunt.
Yeah, it's fighting words, and that's okay.
But saying it
because it's you know where you stand, but saying it to your mates, fine.
Yes.
Don't worry about it.
That's another thing I've seen spat around on Facebook. Australia, the only place where you call your mates cunt, and the worst cunt you've ever met, mate.
Mate.
So, the more you know.